What's up, guys? D-Rock1992 here. For this next video and for my next movie review, I am going to be reviewing a movie I saw just recently. It came out this year. I saw it about a week ago or so. But finally, I'm getting around to doing a review on it. And this movie that I'm going to be reviewing is The Revenant. The Revenant is directed by Alejandro G. Inarritu. It's hard to pronounce the last name, but I think it's Inarritu. Anyway, but Inarritu directed another movie I recently reviewed that's on my channel, Birdman. I thought Birdman was a pretty good film, you know. I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. I mean, I just thought it was a well-made film, and he did a good job with that. So The Revenant's his next directorial outing. And the plot of this movie set in 1823 Montana and South Dakota. And this is based on the experiences of fur trapper Hugh Glass. And this is a true story. Hugh Glass went through a lot of crap, that's for sure. He was mauled by a bear in the forest. He was mauled by a bear, left for dead by his team, and had to survive in the wilderness. Has to survive in the wilderness by himself until he can get back to safety and all that. You know, get back to his camp, basically. So, I mean, that's what The Revenant's about. Leonardo DiCaprio stars as Hugh Glass, and he, same thing as the original Hugh Glass, he gets mauled by a bear, he gets left for dead by his team, and he has to survive in the wilderness on his own, with impossible odds against him. He probably, I mean, a lot of other people would die out there in the wilderness without the training that Hugh Glass had, because he had survival skills. He had a lot of good survival skills, and this is why this man survived the wilderness, the cold of the winter, and it was really it was a winter, very, very cold winter. He resorted to eating bark. I think some type of bark. He ate buffalo. That he ate some dead buffalo meat that he got. That he managed to get. Drank water. Did whatever he could basically to survive. And so The Revenant is based on that story of the experiences of fur trapper Hugh Glass. And it's also based on, the screenplay for this movie is based on a novel, The Revenant, a novel of revenge by the author Michael Punk. P-U-N-K-E. But yeah, this is... Wow. But anyway, so he has to take, Leonardo DiCaprio as Hugh Glass has to take revenge against, I have to think of this guy's name here. The guy's name was John Fitzgerald. And John Fitzgerald was played by Tom Hardy. And he's the bad guy in the movie. He is the one that leaves Hugh Glass for dead and kills Hugh Glass's son. Glass has to takes revenge against vows to take revenge against the guy I just mentioned. I have short-term memory. John Fitzgerald. So the guy, he takes, he's going to take revenge against John Fitzgerald for the death of his son, who was very important to him. The son was very important to Glass. He was training him. He was mentoring him and whatnot. and Fitzgerald took him away from Glass. So this is a tale of survival. This is a tale of revenge. And survival, revenge, this is a drama. This is a movie. And so like I said, Leonardo DiCaprio stars as Hugh Glass, and Tom Hardy stars as John Fitzgerald. They're the two major players. The other two I'm going to mention here are this actor named Domhnall Gleeson. Domhnall Gleeson had a big year in 2015. He starred in the independent film Ex Machina. He starred in Star Wars: The Force Awakens. He was the first... He was kind of the counterpart to Kylo Ren. He was the leader, sort of the First Order Army. That's who he was. And Will Poulter is in this movie. A lot of people probably best know Will Poulter as that geeky kid from We're the Millers. That geeky son. That geeky kid from We're the Millers who acts as a son. So this guy's in this movie. I couldn't believe it when I saw him. It's like, that kid from We're the Millers is in this movie? Wow. It's a complete turnaround. It's a complete 180. He served a comedic role in We're the Millers to this type of role. That's variety right there for this Will Poulter. So I have to say, this movie blew me away. This was wow. This movie successfully took me into the movie. This movie successfully took me into the movie. I mean, it's beautiful. Inarritu used all natural light, which a lot of people are praising him for. And using all natural light pretty much really, really helped this film look very, very beautiful. It is such a beautiful film. It's like you can hear for one thing, you feel like you're in the wilderness. You're in the wilderness with Hugh Glass, trying to survive as well as he is. You're in that situation, and Inarritu does a magnificent job at putting you in that moment. And that is really the goal of a true filmmaker, really, to put you in that moment, and he does that successfully. I mean, the other thing I can think of is Steven Spielberg in Saving Private Ryan. The first half hour of that movie, you're in that war. You're in the battle. It's the Battle of D-Day he's dramatizing. You are in that battle. You are surviving and all that. Pretty much the same thing with this movie. It is... wow, and with Leonardo DiCaprio is the star of this movie. He did an amazing job as Hugh Glass. Actually, he wasn't Hugh Glass. He wasn't an actor who played Hugh Glass. He was Hugh Glass. He embodied him. He got all the mannerisms down. He got the anger, the fear, the hatred. The anger and the fear, the hatred of Fitzgerald for what he did to his son. He got all of that down and then some. I mean, what a performance by DiCaprio. I mean, I know I haven't watched a lot of 2015 movies. I've only watched about 15 or so, but man, in my eyes, out of all the movies I've watched for 2015, he gave the performance of the year. Unbelievable performance. Unbelievable. I'll be somewhat surprised if he doesn't win an Oscar. Now, Leonardo DiCaprio's has been nominated 4 other times for Oscars, and he hasn't won at all. So he's kind of got an Oscar curse on him. Will he win this year? Stay tuned to find out at the end of February, because that's when the Academy Awards are going to be. But you cannot overlook Tom Hardy's performance as Fitzgerald. Not as captivating, not as good as Hugh Glass's performance. I mean, DiCaprio was just in another stratosphere. But Tom Hardy did a very good job as Fitzgerald. Captured all the stuff with him, Tom Hardy cannot be ignored. And I feel like he is being ignored because DiCaprio gave the performance of a lifetime. Tom Hardy did a very good job as well. And also, you can't overlook Domhnall Gleeson. He did a pretty good job in a limited type of role. And Will Poulter did a nice job. I think all 4 of them did a nice job. Hardy did a very good job. Gleeson and Poulter did good jobs as their characters. DiCaprio was out of this world. An amazing job. He really did. And the movie itself, I mean, you feel the realness of this movie. Every raindrop, every, snowstorm, every raindrop, everything, it feels real to the viewer. And so by far, The Revenant overwhelmed me. It was just an awesome experience in the theater. I had no complaints about it. Was it a bit long? Yes, it was long. It's a long movie. It clocks in at 156 minutes. So definitely over 2 hours. But, I mean, this movie is... You're in it every step of the way, pretty much, I think. This movie's amazing. It really is. Not my favorite movie of the year. Favorite movie of the year would still be Star Wars, Force Awakens. Just that movie was perfect in every way. But The Revenant is so good as well. It really is. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 stars. This movie's amazing. It's powerful. DiCaprio gives an unbelievable performance. Tom Hardy gave a great performance as well. This movie is awesome, and it deserves... And it's gotten a lot of recognition, and it deserves even more recognition and whatnot. It's a really good film. So that is it for this movie review on The Revenant. D-Rock 1992, out.